The president of Square Enix, I am horrible with Japanese names,
Um,
Yosuke Matsuda, confirmed that Square Enix will not abandon Marvel's Avengers after huge losses. Now, I can't remember if I covered this. This damn ad.
yeah, I know, right?
I can't remember if I covered
I
this.
literally told you last week. I said last week, ad blocker, and
I
you just don't.
forgot.
You never learn.
I
You never
forgot.
learn. Never learn.
Um, so this is. Let me just go into a little detail here for the
Yeah.
people who are unaware of what happened with Marvel's Avengers. So Marvel's Avengers is reportedly in the hole by $40 million. That's a lot of money. So that's how much money they lost on the development since they launched.
Yes.
They have lost over 90% of their player base months after the launch of the game. So the Square Enix president is basically vowing that they're going to recoup their losses by adding more exclusive content for the players, right? Now, did you play the beta or the game at all?
Nothing about it interested me.
Okay, so I played the beta for like a couple hours,
Yes.
and to me, the game seems stale and uninspiring. So
Okay.
here's my question. They're just gonna put in additional content. Is that really gonna fix the issue if the issue is a issue of their core gameplay where players just don't find the game fun? Now that is a more serious issue and that is much harder to fix. So I mean, what do you think?
Uh, so a little history lesson. Not to make a. I'm gonna make a long story long.
Okay.
But so when I first heard about Square Enix Avengers, I was actually super excited. We talked about this in a previous podcast.
Hmm.
And then when I actually saw what they were doing and who was heading it, I believe Eidos Montreal, I was actually incredibly disappointed. And I may be in the minority here, but I really love Kingdom Hearts,
Oh
and
yeah.
so I was expecting some wacky Japanese goodness with the Avengers property.
Oh, that would have been a hit.
But instead, it's very basic, unfortunately. And I don't want to diss Eidos Montreal because I really enjoyed Deus Ex:
Hmm.
Human Revolution. Mankind Divided was okay, but it's like half a game.
Yeah.
Like I'm still waiting for the next half of that game. Um, but they're great developers. But nothing about the Avengers game was any at all interesting to me. That being said, that being said, if they were able to bring back Final Fantasy 14 and they and like by finding by kind of like revitalizing that entire game by destroying the original
Yeah.
one, I think they could do something like that and have it story based, tied to the Avengers, to the Marvel Avengers platform.
Yeah.
Example: if they entice players with an end game level event in game,
Hmm.
end game in game, if they can entice players with that kind of event and then revitalize the game in meaningful ways, I'm looking at something like No Man's Sky,
Hmm.
or like I said, or example Final Fantasy
Yeah.
14, and even what was it? Another game we were talking about that's kind of like turning it around for people. I think isn't Fallout 76 turning it around
Yeah.
for people
Fallout
too?
76. Yeah.
So historically speaking, we do have these games that are turning things around. I think the possibility is there.
Yes.
The possibility is totally there. And but the thing is that are they okay with continuing to kind of feed this property with money when they're incurring such losses?
You make a good point. Um, but you're also right. It has to be a fundamental change to the game. You can't just
Yeah.
throw new content at it and expect it to work.
No, and
Yeah.
that's why I said an end game level event. The end game would be destroying all of the original
Yeah.
content, like something where the Avengers lose, and then in the ashes of whatever has been destroyed, they uh the game, to use a DC term, has a rebirth.
Yes. Yeah. Um, yeah, you bring up a good kind of method for doing that. Tie it into the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Like have Galactus or something, just like destroy things. Or of course Thanos is the easy pull, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah. So yeah, I would say I commend them for not giving up so quickly,
yes,
but this is a hard problem. I hope they fix it because I don't like to see anyone who's involved in a game kind of just it all fall apart on them, you know? I don't like to see that. Um,
of course
yeah.
not. And I mean, I like I said, Eidos Montreal, they're good developers. So, I think they have it in them, but I think there might be something that's keeping them back, especially in terms of not being able to use the likenesses of the film counterparts. Kind
Yeah.
of hurts
Yes. Yeah.
because everyone looks kind of like a B movie version of
Yeah.
the actual people. It's
Yeah.
like it's jarring.
It is. And they all have different voices and everything's weird. Yeah.